Hey y'all, what's going on? Peace to you. I wanted to break something a lot of folks whisper about, but very few actually understand. I want to talk about being haunted. Yeah, woo, haunted. Because some of y'all are living with things you can't name. You see the shadows in the corner, you see the weight on your chest at night, the strange noises nobody else hears, the arguments that pop off for no reason. You don't just really need goosebump stories, you need truth. So today, I'm going to break down what hauntings really are, the difference between ghosts, spirits, demons, and plain old bad energy, and giving you the hoodoo workers breakdown of how to recognize it and what you can start doing about it too. I want to say this is not a horror movie. This is real life. And if your house feels heavy, if your dreams feel crowded, or if you're just tired of feeling watched, I want you to lean into this video. This one is for you. Hello riders, hello, how are you? And welcome to my channel. This is Lady Vasori, and let's get ready for the ride. Y'all don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Now, a lot of people say, what does haunted actually mean, Lady V? When I say haunted, I'm not just talking about chain rattling ghosts, y'all. I'm talking about being haunted, meaning living under a presence that isn't yours. A feeling that something else is influencing your space, your mood, your sleep, or even your health. And sometimes it's not even an entity. Sometimes it's leftover energy. Sometimes it's leftover energy, y'all. Trauma is one of those things. Generational traumas is that leftover energy. Trauma that happened in the space before you ever got there. Arguments, abuse, grief. Energy sticks to walls. Energy sticks to the air, to the atmosphere. So let's separate it. Ghosts, souls that haven't crossed over, often confused or stuck, they cling to spaces and create unease. Now, spirits, souls who have crossed but still visit, usually ancestors or guides, they don't scare you, they guide or comfort. Now, demons, never human entities, they feed on weakness, they feed on despair, addiction, or chaos. These are not negotiators. This type of energy is all about predatorial energy. Energy hauntings are imprints in your home. Arguments always replaying, feelings of dread or constant heaviness is a sign. You got to know what you're dealing with, or you'll waste time chasing shadows. I have had readings, life path readings, where clients tell me they feel it, but they don't know what it is. They can't explain to me really what the problem is. And I can't help you if you can't explain to me the energy that you are getting. Okay? How to recognize a haunting. I want to go over that. Here's some signs, y'all. Unexplained cold spots or sudden heaviness in a room. You may have objects moving or falling or breaking with no reason. Dreams that feel crowded where you wake up drained, feel like you ain't got no sleep. Pets acting spooked or refusing to go into certain rooms. That constant watched feeling, even when you're alone, you'll feel that. And listen, rule out the logical first. Rule out the logical first. You might have a draft from your windows that can cause cold spots. You can have old houses creak, y'all. But when logic fails and the pattern stays, that's when you start treating it as a spiritual entity or energy. Now let me give you the hoodoo side of this. We don't just sit in fear, y'all. We fight back with word, with root and spirit. We do not sit in fear. I'm never fearful of energy like that. And you better not be either. And no, I'm not about to hand out a ritual play by play. That's for trained workers and private work and the people that follow me and book my time. But I will tell you the tools and scriptures that every serious worker knows. Psalms is the backbone. If you do not know, Psalms 91 is the covering psalm. He that dwelleth in the secret place shall abide That's night protection. That's dream protection, guarding your sleep. Let's talk about Psalms 23, comfort and peace psalm. Good for children's rooms or when grief has made the house real heavy. Death in the family, Psalms 23. Psalms 51 is cleansing and hyssop. When shame, filth, or old mess needs to be purged from your life, use that psalm. Psalm 68 is going to scatter and drive out. When something stubborn won't quit hanging around, use that one. Psalms 27 is going to be for courage. When fear itself is the biggest enemy. These aren't just verses, y'all. They're spiritual contracts. You speak them and the whole room is going to shift. The Psalms that I gave y'all. Speak these Psalms, whatever attunes to your situation, and get it on out of there, okay? Herbs and root allies for this type of energy. We don't just stop with the book, y'all. The Bible. We pair it with plants. We pair it with roots. This is why hoodoo is called root work. Spirit plus dirt plus leaf and fire. Spirit plus dirt, leaf, and fire. Now hyssop is tied straight to Psalms 51. Purge me with hyssop and I shall be clean. That's the deep cleanser. Rue or Ruta. Y'all, I do have Ruta candles in the shop. Ruta is going to be your classic jinx protector. It's going to cut envy and the evil eye as well. Another herb, rosemary, bedroom protector. It's going to be your clarity herb and your dream guard. Cedar is the big house guardian. It's going to anchor protection and long-term energy to you. Camphor. A lot of people sleep on camphor. Camphor is sharp. It's gonna drive out clingy energies. It's gonna clear corners. Frankincense and myrrh is gonna lift the space, sanctify the space, and it's gonna set the room to a holy register. These are not just random plants, y'all. They've been leaned on for generations to break heaviness, block intruders, and invite blessings back into your life. Now, I can give you some ideas to shift your space. This is not full rituals, just ideas. Here's what you can do without being a root doctor. If you are not, doing something small for yourself, pair the Psalms with smoke or water. Okay? You're going to read Psalms 91 in your bedroom or wherever you do your work while rosemary or cedar smoke is moving. Okay? Read Psalms 23 while basil is in your kitchen. Create you a basil simmer pot. That matches with that psalm. The word and basil together is going to change the airflow in your house. Y'all work your thresholds. Work your thresholds, the doors, the windows. That is where all energy moves in and out. Salt, bay leaf, cedar. You can put that near these points to create a barrier. Pair it with Psalms 121. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. Yes, sir. Stop cleansing. You don't just cleanse, you want to bless too. What I told y'all, I tell my babies all the time, my chickadees that love to be up under me because some of them fake as fuck. But I tell them that listen and I can guide. There's 3 works that you always want to do in this business, on this path, in hoodoo, in root work, whatever you're walking on. Cleansing, blessings, and protection works are your top 3 that you should be doing all the time, every month. Too many people chase things out and forget to refill the house after it's gone. After a strong cleanse, y'all, follow with sweet herbs like basil or roses or light frankincense. Psalms 23 is perfect here. It's going to restore peace. Okay? So use iron and salt wisely. That's to cleanse. Iron, keys, nails, or salt lines are old school defenses. The lines, they don't just sit there. They announce, do not trespass over here. You can't move through here. This place is protected. So don't just sit it there and don't use it. They announced that. None of this is going to replace a seasoned worker, though. If you've got something violent, something dangerous that is too heavy and you know that, get somebody professional to do it. But these ideas are going to shift the atmosphere. It's going to make it harder for anything foul to linger and give you back your footing. Now, let me be clear. If you're seeing scratches, bruises, violent attacks, or voices telling you to harm yourself or others, that's not a house cleanse anymore. That's a case for a seasoned worker or a clergyman or a pastor that is going to handle deliverance. Don't play with it. Know when it's above your pay grade. I'm so serious. So here's the truth, y'all. Being haunted isn't always about ghosts. Sometimes it's energy. Sometimes it's ancestors. Sometimes it's things that never had flesh and bone. But whatever it is, you don't have to live scared. Hoodoo teaches us to cleanse, protect, then bless. The Psalms are your word. The herbs are your allies. The discipline, that's your job. Don't let fear run your house. Don't let shadows tell you where you can and cannot rest. Stand in your authority. Call on spirit. And keep your home aligned. Okay? Y'all have an amazing day. This is Lady Vasori, spirit-led, universe-fed. If this stirs your spirit, drop me a comment, share it with somebody who needs clarity and alignment, and make sure you have subscribed to my channel. I do try to drop new videos daily when I have time. Y'all please stay rooted, stay covered. If you need my help, you can book a conversation. It's linked in the bio. And remember, no spirit has the right to own a house you live in. Lift up that energy. Okay? Until the next one, y'all, I will talk to y'all later. Have an amazing rest of y'all night. Ashe.